Welcome back. A long-distance community race created to foster community spirit and healthy lifestyles culminated over the weekend. The event, which has been in existence for 3 years, this year saw a young athlete take home the gold. Trisha Lionel reports.
Brianna Glasgow could not even muster up a smile or the congratulatory wave expected from other talented athletes. Instead, she took her own path across the finish line with a look of focus and determination. The young athlete, directly after crossing the finish line first among the dozens of others who participated, collapsed on the road in an effort to catch her breath. The district rep took a new role of reporter for the day and attempted to speak to Glasgow on her achievement. Still unable to catch her breath, the athlete could not get past the first few words.
How do you feel right now?
Very tired and happy. Be ice.
The third time was the charm.
I feel very happy.
Was it very difficult for you today?
It is very difficult.
Okay. This has been happening for about 3 or 4 years now. Have you participated in previous races, or this is your first time?
This is my first time.
Okay. And you feel good being the winner?
Yes.
Okay. Is there anything you want to say to the other athletes who participated today?
Good job. After, I would say, 14 years ago, I have not run, but it was okay.
Very good. This has been happening for a while. You said you've not been on for a few years. Given the way you performed today, are you looking forward to being part of Awayo's team next year?
Yes, no, I wouldn't have a problem with that. I'd be happy to do that.
In terms of participation from the community, we know we have a lot of young people in the valley. Are you satisfied with the numbers who run today, or are you expecting a much bigger turnout in terms of participants?
Well, in the young people around, I would be expecting more. I don't know what they're afraid of, but I'd be expecting more from them.
The road relay organized by the Mawia Youth and Sports Council was held on Sunday afternoon as part of independence celebrations. Hundreds gathered at the finish line to congratulate the participants.
The more young persons you can get involved in activities to commemorate independence, the better it is for the psyche of the nation. Independence is supposed to be a time where you foster pride amongst the citizenry, and any activity that is organized, whether by the Youth and Sports Council or any of our community-based organizations, that will get the support of the parliamentary rep. And as I said, I'm just happy to be here this morning to lend support to the Youth and Sports Council. I probably should profit the opportunity to commend the president, who has done a fantastic job in organizing this and promoting it. He's been on social media 24/7. When I woke up this morning, I was greeted by a text message from him, which has gone viral, and I think that is responsible in part for the number of persons we have out here supporting the event.
Coming out of the Independence Games, we're looking to put together a track and field club for the Mawia Valley representative club that will be competing on the national events and so on. We're also looking to participate in the Morning Road Relay, which is an annual thing. That's next weekend. We're looking to pull out at least our best athletes, some today from the road relay today, and see if we can put a team together for the Morning Road Relay. In addition, we also want to start off a grassroots program. We want to start off a grassroots program for track and field, because you know in the past the sports have been pretty dormant in the Mawia Valley. We want to revitalize the sports totally.
Reporting for Hot 7 News, I am Trisha Lionel.
Sancha Charlemagne, Miss Soufrière, pulled off a stunning victory in this year's Miss Independence pageant at the National Cultural Center. She captured the awards for Best Promotional Speech, Best Talent, Best Evening Wear, and Miss Congeniality. The Soufrière Town Council celebrated the new Miss Independence with a victory motorcade on Sunday. Rochelle Gonzalez reports.
Sancha Charlemagne captured the Miss Fosse-Jacques Carnival Queen title in 2018. This year, she took on the Miss Independence pageant and went on to capture that title as well. Her victory was resounding, capturing 3 out of the 4 segment awards up for grabs, namely Best Promotional Speech, Best Talent, and Best Evening Wear. Her fellow contestants also voted her Miss Congeniality. On Sunday, the Soufrière Town Council hosted a celebratory motorcade for the Independence Queen. She says on competition night, her main focus was to enjoy the experience.
I was a bit nervous. Not nervous to face the crowd, but nervous that I wanted to put my best foot forward, and so that was the bit of nervousness I had. But apart from that, I was more about positive energy and getting the girls to have a good time and remember that it's all fun. We're here to have fun and to mingle with the crowd, show St. Lucia what we can do. So let's not stress over it. And that was my attitude and my energy the whole night.
Charlemagne will partake in the events under the official calendar of activities for Independence 40. She says she is looking forward to the year ahead as Miss Independence.
I hope I'm inspiring young people and also that St. Lucians come together. It's our 40th anniversary and we're all in our journey, our future. I hope that we come together and appreciate what we have and let's look forward to the future, make our future better and brighter.
She says she was able to give off her best thanks to her strong team and the love and support of her family and community. The Soufrière Infant School music teacher says she hopes to use pageantry as a platform to gain a scholarship to further her studies in theatre arts. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I am Rochelle Gonzalez.
Following the fire that ravaged the Folk Research Center, the FRC is calling on St. Lucians home and abroad to identify artifacts that can be placed on display to build up St. Lucia's lost pieces. Solange Alfred reports.
The Folk Research Center is on a quest to collect as many artifacts as it possibly can to start rebuilding its library and showcase back to its former glory at Mount Pleasant. Speaking with officer in charge at the FRC, John Robert Lee, he says the organization remains thankful for the many gifts that have been brought forward, representing or adding to the rich heritage of St. Lucia. Recent gifts received by the FRC from Cedric George included 2 paintings and a photograph of Dame Cécile Descartes.
As you know, last March, FRC lost all its holdings, all its library collections, its artifacts, its paintings, everything went down in the fire. The only thing that survived was a clay pot, which is sort of standing behind me there. But in recent times, we've had people very generously donating gifts to us. I was showing our library boxes of books. We had a library collection of the late W. St. Clair Daniel, the former Speaker of the House. His family gave us much of his library. We've had gifts of books from the family of Mariah Gregg, who was an environmentalist, from Julian Harmson, the historian. Most recently, we've had these paintings given us by Cedric George, another painting by the family of the late Ron Savory, a Guyanese artist who just died recently. Musician Charlie Augustin Julian, a leader of Mama Lakai, also gave us his handmade banjo and his very first violin. So people are coming in. We really appreciate the spirit in which people are helping FRC to get back on its feet, as it were. Because we've lost 45 years of material, so we need to rebuild quickly with something.
Robert Lee also extended a notice to residents of St. Lucia and abroad to come forward with any artifacts that they believe may have cultural value.
Some lady in Chazelle seeing this broadcast may say she has an old sewing machine she wants to give to FRC. Madame Messi Poticia Nouvelle. Anything, anybody wants to say, I want to donate this to FRC. Old photograph albums, old things that are artifacts, which have value now. The older these things get, the more value they have. We take them willingly. You don't have to be a big name like an artist or somebody.
The Folk Research Center has steadily been collecting artifacts, books, and pieces of art to fill up its new library, currently at its Barnard Hill location. Robert Lee noted that when the organization returns to its former location, they wish to do so with a hefty compilation of cultural pieces that will make the nation proud of its heritage on display. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I am Solange Alfred.
This is the Hot 7 Nightly News. Tennis in Glasgow is up next with sports.